Welcome back, y'all. Welcome back, y'all. Welcome, biggity back, y'all. Hey, you guys, and welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, pow, 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 pow. Hello, my name is Kelsi, and I'm here for you guys every Sunday and Wednesday, sometimes Friday, and sometimes Saturday, sometimes live on Sundays to talk about my VSG journey and other things. It's my hope that through these videos, you're able to find the answers to questions you've been looking for, or the path to choosing surgical weight loss is made that much easier. Hello, everybody, and welcome on in to a Sit Down Sunday. I hope you guys are having a wonderful Sunday. I love Sundays so much because I feel like they're just days when I can do everything I need to do, prepare for my week, and I get to make a wonderful video for you guys. And I don't know about you guys, but what's better than sitting down with friends and talking? Don't worry, I'm waiting. Absolutely nothing, you're right. But first, before we get into the video, let's get into this hair. Listen, I am a cheap on the chick.
What?
Cheap on the chic person. There's a YouTube channel. She's actually a creator that does her, I think her channel is called Cheap on the Cheek, whatever. But she's thrifty, she's beautiful. Anyways, I saw this tutorial for this hairstyle on TikTok. The creator took like $12.99 at beauty supply store hair and turned it into a style like this. And if you can't tell, this is an up, let me see, a half up, half down do. I bought this hair literally for buy one for $5.99, get the other one for $1. I spent $7 on this hair. Now, given, of course, it's synthetic hair and it's probably only going to last a good 7 days, and that's okay. But this hairstyle is giving me all the life. I definitely look like, you know, a 90s baby, but I'm not a 90s baby. I'm definitely an 80s baby, but you get what I'm saying. I love it so much. So thank you. A big shout out to all the TikTok creators who help and share their wonderful creative juices with the normal people out here, but I love my hair so much. Anyways, that's not why you came here. If you can tell by the title, today is going to be a Q&A video. Let me slide my questions along with my big ass water over. Y'all go ahead, get you some snacks, get your protein shakes, get your water. This is my 64-ounce water thing with my sun-kissed peach flavoring in here. That is like my new obsession right now. Get that because we're gonna be here for a minute, and I have all of the questions that you guys asked. So because of the amount of questions that I got this time, I am gonna have to split it into 2 videos, mainly because I feel like I don't want to keep you guys longer than 15 minutes on most of my videos, and it's another video. So you guys, you know, if your question doesn't get answered in this video, it will be in the next video on next Sunday. So I'm going to go ahead and get into the video. I don't want to take up too much of you guys' time. So I'll be answering, you know, as many questions as I can within a 15-minute frame. So the first question comes from Marcella Chillis. What size clothing before VSG? Before VSG, and what size do you wear now? I feel like I can answer this question better by showing you, so I'll be right back. Okay, so this is a Jordan jacket that my significant other bought me, I would say 3 years ago, when he purchased this jacket for me. This is a size 3X, and I'm going to insert a picture. This jacket was so tight on my stomach area. I either had to wear it unzipped or just had to deal with it being super tight. This now is a dress, almost. You know, I could probably wear this with some fishnet, like just being real. This is a size 3X in men, okay? So then I put a little like gauging on my sizing, and then I'll go over the rest of the stuff here in a minute. All right, we're back up close. I'm not going to go change my clothes again because that's just too much. I'm going to keep on my jacket because I still love it. I haven't gotten rid of it because I just can't part with it. I like it so much. But, so in most tops, I wore a 3 to 4X, and that was mainly to, it fit and it covered up my stomach area. In pants, I wore anywhere between a 24 to a 22 to a 24. I didn't wear jeans often. I think I've voiced that. In leggings, I wore a size 2, I would say 2 to 3X. Jeggings, 3 to 4X, it just depends. In a bra, I was in a size 48 double D. And so now in pants or in leggings, I wear a size large medium. My legs are very small. My stomach area is still kind of, it's still a sore spot for me. In tops, I wear anywhere between a large to an extra large. Jackets and overcoats, extra large. A bra, I'm in a 42 double D. Didn't much change in the girl area. They still out here large and in charge. Large Marge. What else? Hoodies and things like this, I wear anywhere between a extra large to a 1X. It really just depends on the cut. I do prefer a men's cut sweatshirt because they tend to be longer in the torso opposed to a women's cut. So I hope that sheds some light on your question. The next question comes from Marche Chanel McDowell. Jeez. How does it feel getting compliments? It's still hard for me to accept because I still see myself as 330-pound Kelsi. So, and I struggle with taking compliments anyways. So when people tell me, oh my God, you look so good, I'm always like, well, thank you. But I could look better or I could do more. It's still weird. It's nice to be complimented. I guess that's why we post pictures on social media, to get compliments, to get likes, to get, noticed. But it's still weird for me. Do people treat you differently? I just noticed that I don't get as many stares as I used to. I think I've mentioned this in another video. I felt like my weight preceded me. I felt like my weight came before I did. I felt like that was the first thing that people saw about me. And that may not be the truth, but that's how I felt. I don't feel like I am looked at as like, whew, that's a big woman anymore. I still get looks, especially if I wear something like scandalous or low cut or short. People, it's like you can't be overweight and wear something sexy. Like, who are you to tell me what I can wear just because I'm overweight? But that's a whole nother story for another day. But I feel like I'm treated a little differently. Not by friends and family. They still treat me the same because I'm still the same person. I'm just a smaller version of me. What surprised you most about your results? I think what surprises me the most about my results is the way that I look to myself. I'll go back in like my Snapchat memories and look at my face. And I think at times where, I was dieting or I felt like I had lost weight, I had lost like 10 or 15 pounds and I was on top of the world then. And then I look at that compared to now, I'm like, wow, I think I'm just really shocked at how big I'd actually gotten because I felt like I had blinders on. I felt like I just didn't believe that I was as big as I was. I don't know. I just think that I just really struggled with seeing who I really was. And now that I can see who I really was, it's almost like, my God, like I'm so glad I did this. Let's see here. How has shopping for clothes changed for you? Wow. It's changed because I no longer fear if whether or not I'm going to fit something. I no longer fear if I'm going to go in the store and they're going to have my size. There are times when I pick up stuff that's too big for me still, because like I said, there are days when I feel bigger, or there's days when I see 330-pound Kelsi. And I think that is what bothers me the most, that I can't move past the fact that I've lost 110 pounds, and I struggle with that. But as far as like buying clothes, it's such a more pleasurable experience. I've always liked clothing, but I was limited to certain stores because they carried what I could wear. For the first time in my life, and I'll insert a picture, I tried on a dress at Express. I've never been able to fit anything in Express. I've never been able to buy anything from Express. I actually tried on a dress in Express. I didn't like the way that it fit per se, but I've never been in there. I've never looked at any of their clothing because I could not fit any of it. And so close to my birthday, or looking for dresses for my birthday, I went in and tried on a dress at Express, and it fit. It didn't fit the way that I wanted it to, but it still fit. Like I was able to get it on. And so that was so pleasurable to me. Just finding things in my size, that's such a, I can't explain it. It's just not being, before I would have to search and only order things offline, or only go to Tort, or only, shop for certain places. And now it feels good to be able to shop pretty much where I want to. Marche also said, you are my best friend in my head. I would love to chat with you one-on-one one day. You rock. Thank you so much, Marche. I think you had another question in your question like cluster, but it cut off when I printed them out. So when I do my next video, I'll make sure to include your next question. And that's not a question, but I do want to kind of piggyback off of it. With my memberships that I am going to be introducing onto my channel here in the next couple of months, you guys, a certain tier will have the ability to talk with me or, you know, to receive one-on-one correspondence with me on a normal basis, opposed to, you know, just whenever I can get to it. That's if you're interested. I know some of you guys, you know, like to talk to me every day. You guys like to correspond with me, and some of you guys do correspond with me every day. It may be an emoji or liking my picture or asking me something, or especially on Snapchat. I'm active on Snapchat. If you don't have me on my socials, add me on my socials. I'm telling you, it's worth it. The next question is from Denise Sanders. Now that you are 10 months out, do you mix strength training with your cardio routine? Or what is your current regimen? So I am going to link my workout playlist here in the description box. You guys can check that out. It has all the routines that I do in the gym and what I am preferring to do, like even at home. I just added in strength training with my workout because I was unaware that I needed to add that in. I was strictly doing cardio for the entire time. So I have added in weights. I'm only doing 5-pound weights. But I'm telling you, it works up a sweat. It gets me to where I'm going. And I think I'm going to start seeing results with that. Just been doing it for a week, but I am very interested to see my results from that. And my regimen really doesn't consist of much. But I have included that video if you are interested, or my playlist if you're interested in following along with the videos to see what it is that I do when I go to the gym. The next question is from Patty. My surgery date is February 8th. 2022. Did you buy liquid Tylenol, Gas X, and all your vitamins before surgery, or did you wait to see if you needed the Gas X and Tylenol? Patty, I actually have a video where I went out, I feel like it was maybe 2 days before my surgery, and I purchased everything. I purchased liquid Tylenol. I didn't get Gas X. I did get like comfy nighties. I got a heating pad. I got a heated blanket. I think I got 2 bottles of liquid Tylenol. I'm going to tell you, in my after my surgery, that liquid Tylenol came through in the clutch for me. I felt like at times it worked better than the narcotics that were provided by my surgeon. It was something about having that liquid Tylenol. It really helped to ease the pain, especially during the times where it was like at its highest, which was like the first week. I really was thankful for the liquid Tylenol. So if you haven't gotten it, I do suggest that you get it. You're going to need it. As far as Gas X, I did not get Gas X because I was instructed by my surgeon to walk as much as possible to help combat gas, and that really did it for me. Now, if you feel that you may not be able to walk that much, or that you feel like the Gas X will work better for you, I do suggest go ahead and do what your surgeon has instructed you to do. You may not need it. You can always keep it in your pantry. You never not need medicine. So just keep it, if you don't use it, because you will experience gas later on. But for me, walking. I walked every day. The day of my surgery, if you go back to my videos, the day of my surgery, I'm actually out of my backyard walking. I remember my dad sticking his head out of the back door, like, "What are you doing? You're supposed to be sitting down." And I'm like, "No, my surgeon told me I have to walk." So, of course, my dad wants me to sit down and be kind of stagnant because I just had a major surgery, but no. Walk. It's really going to help you to bust through that gas. The next question comes from Melly Mel Harp. What happens when you don't get in your protein in the first 2 weeks? I'm 3 weeks post-op and still struggling. Melly Mel, I don't necessarily know the answer to that question, but what I can tell you is a tip that my surgeon gave me. I used to break down my protein shakes into 3. I would break it down into thirds by mixing it with a skim milk or milk. It made it so much easier to drink, and I would sip on it over a period of hours. And that's why I'm really happy that the Premier Protein doesn't have any dairy. If you're having trouble with getting in your protein, number 1, mixing it with the milk adds in protein. And number 2, it's non-dairy, so it's not going to go bad. Add in some ice. You can blend it up with ice chips. Do whatever you can to make it more appealing. I know that those protein shakes are just not the best, and you really are probably not going to have an appetite the first couple of weeks out, but it is imperative that you get your protein. I'm 10 months out, and I still struggle with my protein, but I do my best to get as close to my goal as I can every day. I really, really, really encourage you to, do whatever you can to, get as much protein as you can, so that you don't struggle with me with like the hair loss and things like that. It's so imperative. So I hope that gets easier for you. Melly Mary Harp also asked, when you eat and take small bites, I get discouraged because I hate eating cold food. Is there a way to go about it, or is this what it is? It is what it is. It's not going to change. You're always going to eat slow. You're always going to eat cold food. I mean, now you can always get up and reheat it, but don't like become accustomed to eating hot food, because, you get your food served to you hot. You have to eat slow. You have to chew your food to an applesauce consistency. Just reheat it. Me, I'm the leftover queen. I always get a to-go box at the beginning of the meal. Like, my significant other will still be eating and I'm done, I'll go ahead and get a to-go box, because I know that later on that evening, I'm going to eat the rest of my food. I don't even reheat it 9 times out of 10. I just eat it. It just depends on what it is. But don't, baby, listen, go ahead and just chalk it up. You're going to be eating cold food. That's just the life of a VSG or a bariatric patient. That's just us. And get used to reheating your food and to getting to go boxes and eating your food later. She also asked, she also asked, do you force yourself to eat when you are not feeling hungry? Absolutely not. I talked about this on my live stream. If you do not have your post notifications turned on, turn on your post notifications, because I go live randomly. Sometimes I get in the mood where I'm like, you know what? I just want to talk. And someone did ask me today if I force myself to eat or if I continue to eat when I was full. Absolutely not. I can't. My significant other will tell you we'll be eating dinner or whatever, and I'll be like, because the way that I signal that I'm full, I'm like, whew, and he's like, you're full. And then he'll still be eating, so I want to continue to eat. So I'll take another bite immediately. I have to spit it out, because it's like food begins to repulse me once I'm full. I can't make myself eat anymore. I do not suggest continuing to eat when you are full. You don't want to stretch out your pouch. You don't want to cause yourself any discomfort. I eat until I'm satiated. I eat until I'm no longer feeling that I need to eat. Now, I am a grazer. That doesn't mean that you should be a grazer. That means you won't. That doesn't mean you should be a grazer or that you won't be a grazer. I'm a grazer. I eat almost every hour on the hour, pretty much. And that's what it's kind of developed into. But I just make sure that what I eat is healthy and nutritious for my body. But I do not suggest that you continue to eat when you're full. It's not good. You don't want to feel sick. You don't want to throw up, because for me, it's immediate vomiting for me. Like I'll swallow. If I've done it maybe twice, where I went ahead and ate after I was full and I swallowed the bite and I'm like, I gotta go. I have to go throw up, because if I don't, I'm uncomfortable, I'm unhappy, and I'm in pain. Everyone's body is different, but I definitely suggest that you do not eat after you are full. The next question comes from Christina, Living My Dreams Reese. How do you keep variety in your diet? Do you meal prep to change it up? I meal prep. I'm a meal prepper. I've been meal prepping since I had my surgery, and on the times where I haven't had time to meal prep, I fail miserably in eating the way that I'm supposed to eat. I fail miserably in doing what I'm supposed to do. I fail miserably. I just feel miserable. I end up dumping. It's never a good thing for me. The way that I change it up, I have to search for different recipes. I come up with different stuff. It does get redundant, but I just find things that I really like, and I eat on those things all the time. That's the thing about it. Sometimes the food that we eat is going to be redundant. But my advice to you, TikTok is a treasure gold mine for keto content. If you're interested in living or doing the keto diet or having the keto eating style, or just any type of, dieting or eating habit, paleo, vegetarian, vegan, they have so many different creators that have wonderful, easy recipes that you can meal prep. TikTok, I'm telling you, and it makes it so easy because it's such a short video that you can boom, boom, boom. YouTube is also a wonderful source of content creators who put out information for bariatric patients who want to meal prep. I really suggest that you guys just do a little bit of research. That's the only way. That's how I do it. Every week I have to find something different. I go to my tried and trues. This week I'm going to be doing like a chicken salad and some little protein crisp, and also some broccoli, and some air fried salmon. That's what I'll be eating for my lunches during the week. And then I cook, regular dinner for my family. And if I have to eat a salad, I'll eat a salad. Meal prepping has been the success. I feel like the success behind my journey. If I did not meal prep, I would fail. She also asked, how often do you have bowel movements? Does your gas or farts smell abnormally foul? Absolutely. I'm going to answer the latter part first. I don't know what it is, but my body is just like, woo-wee, funky. And I think it's because of the lack of bowel movements that we have now. I take laxatives 3 times a week, just a normal maximum strength laxative. I take it I take it in the evening, so that by that morning it's good and cooked up and ready to go. If I did not take a laxative, I do not think I would have a regular bowel movement, but I have to take them to stay regular. And her last question was, how often do you go to the gym or do cardio strength training? I go to the gym 3 days a week on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. I go in the morning before work. Then I get about an hour and a half of workout every day. As I stated at the beginning of the first question, I have just implemented strength training. I do the treadmill, I do the hip abductor, I do weight training, and I also do like 10 minutes on the elliptical, which I'm really having to work my stamina up to because the elliptical is woo. The elliptical is hard. This will be my last question for this video, and as I stated, next week I will have a part 2. So this question is from Anna Heinerman. Was your surgery ever canceled and rescheduled? How did you know it was time to have surgery? My surgery was canceled and rescheduled twice. Mine was at the height of the pandemic in 2020. My first scheduled surgery was January the 20th, and then they rescheduled it for January the 31st, and then they rescheduled it for February the 5th. Because they weren't doing basically elective surgeries. So each time it was so disappointing. I hated it so much because I'm like, I'm ready to have this. What's going on? When am I going to have my surgery? Y'all are playing with my life over here. I'm ready to do this. And it just never, it just kept getting postponed. So finally the day came, the nurse on my surgeon's team emailed me and said, hey, we have an opening for surgery on February 5th. And at that time, it was like 3 days away. She was like, it'll be an outpatient surgery, meaning you'll only stay in the hospital you'll have the surgery, you'll go into recovery, you'll be in the hospital at max 6 hours. Are you okay with that? And I was like, because I heard all the horror stories about people getting leaks and not having the proper aftercare. But I was like, you know what? I'm gonna put my faith in God, because this is what I want, and God is not going to steer me wrong. I pray for this. I have asked for this, and he's going to make this easy for me. And I went in and I had my surgery. I had no complications afterwards because, God don't play about me. And I had a wonderful surgery team, a wonderful team of just medical experts that helped me. There was no time of day I couldn't ask a question. They were fantastic. How did I know it was time to have surgery? Well, I knew it was time to have surgery because my body began to ache, to hurt. I had been diagnosed as pre-diabetic. I was insulin resistant. I have PCOS. And I was continuing to be on an uphill trend, meaning every year I was gaining weight. And I knew that if I didn't do something then, that I was never going to do it. I was never going to lose the weight on my own. I had dieted and took diet pills. I'd done fads. I had worked out. I'd starved myself. I'd done everything I knew to do to lose this weight, and I could not lose the weight. And I just knew. My heart told me. God told me. I prayed about it. And the timing just set up. It was perfect. Everything about my surgery preparation, finding my surgeon, everything, it was perfect. I had no complaints. I had nothing that stood in my way, nothing that was an obstacle. I literally got my approval from my insurance company in 3 days. And typically some people have to wait like a month, 2 months. Mine came back almost immediately. And, for me, that was just another clarification, another seal of approval that it was time for me to have the surgery. And I do not regret it. I knew my mind, my heart, my body, my soul was ready. I was ready and my body was ready. And I'm so glad that I made the decision. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you guys have any other questions, I am going to try and do a Q&A question at least once Q&A question video at least once a month, because I get a lot of questions through email, a lot of questions on Instagram, and it's really hard for me to answer them when they're all like, kind of like spread. I really prefer to do them all in one place so that I can hit everybody in one whop. Thank you so much for being here. I love you guys so very much. You could have been anywhere else on this YouTube planet, but you chose to be here with me. If you haven't and you would like to, please make sure to hit that subscribe button. Become a member of my family. I would love to have you here. If you're looking for real, raw, and uncut information on the gastric sleeve or the weight loss surgery patient's point of view, you are in the right place. If you're not, if you're looking for a more sugar-coated and an easy on the stomach take to it, this may not be the place for you. I love you guys. And I say this every video. Thank you so much, so much for being a part of my family, encouraging me, encouraging each other. If you haven't and you would like to, please make sure to join my Facebook group, One Bite at a Time. It is definitely a safe place to talk about hard things, not just about weight loss surgery, but in life in general. We have a wonderful supportive group. I have wonderful mods. I have wonderful members. You guys are absolutely the best. I love you, and I will see you on Wednesday for what? Weigh-in Wednesday. Check y'all later. Bye.